Hey yo, BB here. That was me pushing my pillow. I like to push my pillows in when I talk. So, it's been a while since I filmed. Like I mentioned in my last blog, I don't know how often my hair is sticking out. Ew, my hair is clean. I cleaned it yesterday. I just haven't brushed it yet. Um, so, like I said in last blog, I don't know how often I'm gonna blog. It may be once a week, once a day. It might be twice a day, might twice a week. Could be once a month, once every other month. I don't know how often I'm gonna blog. But I figured since I have a few hours, technically only for 2.5 hours to spare, with an hour and a half of having to actually get ready for what I have to do tonight, to go on patrol tonight. I have a little bit to talk. So, I figured, what can I talk about? Because there's obviously a ton of stuff I want to talk to you guys about. Like, I want to mention, talk about my dog, Baxter. I started to talk about my dog. I started to talk about how we got Baxter. The process of getting him, how we got him, why we got him, when we got him, and all the details about getting Baxter. And I talked about, and with that, I had to talk about my old dog, Kasha, that was a German Shepherd. That was like half my mom's, half my dog. We kind of shared her as a dog. That makes sense. Probably doesn't. But anyways. So he said, oh, Kasha is your dog, but yes, he's also my dog. I don't know. Anyways, my dog, Baxter is technically my sister's dog, but anyways. I started to film the process of me talking about Baxter and how we got him and all that. And I was in a two-part. I was at the second part because my phone, goofy phone, ended up pausing and stopping the video, so I had to start over. And then I was getting really detailed to it, really in detail. And I will admit, I did do some crying, because it's a happy story about why we got Baxter. And I don't want to say the Baxter part is sad, but some of the Kasha part is sad. Like, talking about Kasha is a little sad, and talking about what happened to her and all that, and I don't want to get into detail because I'll start to cry. But I was filming it, and I will admit, and here's the thing, I could care less what you guys think. For future videos, if you ever see me cry and you're gonna be like, oh, she's a crybaby, well, you can go pound sand, because here's the thing, everybody cries, okay? Whether you're male, female, trans, gay, what is it? Did I say pan already? Whatever you happen to be, I believe in anything, I believe in, gay marriage, I believe in pan and trans, and if you want to be a man and turn into a woman, or a woman turn into man, I'm for that stuff, okay? I'm not against that stuff. We Democrats, we're for that. But anyway, not to get into too much political view of it. What was I even talking about? Forget what I was talking about. Anyways, I'm going blank right now. Anyways, I did a video. I started to film a video about the process of it, and somehow it didn't save. And I was talking about being a crybaby. That's it. If you haven't seen me cry in a future blog, I don't care. I'm gonna cry. It's part about being a human. Crying is actually good for you. And when I cry, I cry. My eyes turn red, and it looks like I'm high. Like, every time I cry, my mom always will be like, are you high? What are you smoking? And it's like, nothing. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I seriously don't smoke. I haven't. Well, okay, I'm mistaken. I've tried a cigarette once, and it was decades ago. I was probably I don't know what age in particular I was. I was crawling around, and I was learning, and I was in the process of learning how to crawl into walking. I was very young. I want to say maybe 2, maybe 3. I was hanging out at my grandma's house with my cousins and my sister. This was all when we were knee high. Knee high. Is that sexual? Or saying something sexual? Because knee high is the first time I ever heard someone say it. It was on the Angry Grandpa show. Because I watched the Angry Grandpa. He's like one of my favorite all-time YouTubers. I was. Sadly, he passed away. But anyways, he said, he was like saying something like, oh, I haven't had like this. I think he was like eating like a can of tuna or something. He was like, oh, I haven't had this since you guys were knee high. Or since I was knee high. And I don't know if, I mean, that means like, knee high, like, yeah, as tall as my knee. Like, if I'm 5 foot, I'm 5 foot short. My knee is probably like 1 foot off the ground, 2 feet off the ground. I don't even know. But he's like, oh, I haven't had this since I've been knee high or knee high. So I don't know if that means like, something sexual, or if I don't know if that actually means knee high. So if I ever say knee high and that actually means like something sexual, I apologize. I know I can have a dirty mind sometimes, even if I'm thinking something sexual, or I'm thinking of a word or a saying or a phrase and I think it's sexual, but it's really not. I'm going to stop now because I don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, it was about knee high. I was saying anyways. But, and I was in my grandpa's the area that my grandpa used to sit in. It was called, like, the grandpa room. It's actually technically the living room. Family room, actually, but anyways. My grandma used to be, like, a chain smoker. She always used to smoke. She quit smoking when she started getting needles in her eye. She became legally blind. She quit smoking. For many years, she told us that she stopped, but we know she did it because we could smell it. And she was like, oh, I'm not doing it. And it's like, we know you do it. You go outside for random things, and you don't even half the time tell us why you're going out. Anyway, so she used to smoke like there was no tomorrow. And, I remember, like I said, I was messing around with my cousins and my sister. We were all together, and I saw that my grandma left the room to do something, and I was like, I'm gonna smoke, and I was like young and pretending I was cool, and I grabbed a cigarette, because I climbed up the lazy boy, and grabbed a cigarette. Not that it's funny, but I remember taking one puff, and I was coughing for like 10 minutes, and I just remember, like, my cousin trying to, like, pat my back. I mean, like I said, this was decades ago. So, if I was two, it would have been 23 years ago. So, this was almost 23 years ago. If I was free, it would have been 22 years ago. Anyways, no, never again. So I've never smoked. I will admit I've put a cigarette in my mouth once, but I was a child. I was very young. I was youngin'. I was like about this tall. Actually, no, I was not this tall. But anyways, what was I even talking about smoking? Why was I even talking about smoking? I can't remember. Why was I talking about smoking? I swear I'm getting, like, dementia. Because I'll be talking about something like I was just talking about smoking, but I don't know why or what the conversation leading into smoking was about. I'm trying to think. Anyways, so I figured, what can I talk about? I can talk about, like, my dog, even though I started to do that, but it got deleted, so I'm gonna, I have lots of stories, I'll talk about, like, my dog, like, maybe in the future I'll do, like, a question video, like, I ask you to ask me questions, so, by the way, if you want to ask me anything, Ooh, excuse me. Feel free to ask in the comments.